12, 14 years ago, I took a trip to Kuwait. In fact, I had back-to-back years and something called Hoops with the Troops, and then the USO got involved, and it was about 8 coaches went the first time, 12 the second. We were there 7 days, and during that 7 days, I just learned so much. You know, I had never been in the military. My father had been, but I was too young to know it, and it was a life-changing experience for me. And I said right then, I talked to Mark Hollis, and we kind of agreed that what a poor job we do of appreciating the greatest team of all, our military.
That was the original, I guess, step into the Pentagon, step into Washington, D.C. to ask, is there something we can do? We would like to express appreciation. We would like to express respect. And those were the two drives. So to have a coach that saw it firsthand and understood, to have Roy Williams at North Carolina, who I didn't even get the request out of my mouth, and he said, we're in. To have two coaches like that with the carrier game, I think really set the tone for what's occurring now on an annual basis.
I'm not from here, but a country like this gave me an opportunity to make way for my family, and just everybody that went out and sacrificed their life for this country to make the world a better place.
You look back, and we are where we are, and we are who we are because of people that gave their lives for us to have freedom. And when I look at that was one of the most memorable, unfortunately, things that happened in our country's career, a lifetime of memories. And in that, there's always good and bad, and this was a bad one that brought our country closer together, made us appreciate just how important it is to have a good military.
No matter how long it may take us to overcome this premeditated invasion, the American people in their righteous might will win through to absolute victory.
It's an opportunity of a lifetime. There's so many people that wish they could play at Michigan State or any other big time school that get an opportunity to do these things. So I think for us, we can't look at it as it's a game, but it's more so of a bigger game because of the reason behind it all.
It's a great matchup, and it's a kind of matchup that those that are based on the Hawaiian Islands are going to appreciate. They're going to see great basketball games. And the student athletes on all 4 of those teams are going to have opportunities that will last with them a lifetime, way beyond sport, way beyond campus. It's going to be a life-changing experience for every one of those student athletes on all 4 teams.
Pretty traditional across the military to give RMOs, round metallic objects or coins. So on behalf of Joint Base Pro Armor, Hickam, Commander Dory is going to pass out our Joint Base coins to each of the coaches. So say thank you for coming out.
And on behalf of ESPN and the 4 head coaches, we'd like to present Joint Base a replica trophy of the 2 championship teams that we'll receive on Friday night. So Colonel Smith, put it in a good spot. Let everybody enjoy it. We look forward to hosting all of the sailors and military personnel Friday at the games. And I want to especially thank the 4 head coaches for being with us. Hope the teams can fully enjoy this experience.
Thank you.
The last 24 hours has been crazy, been on the long 2 flights. I think everybody's good though, we don't have any jet lag, anything like that, but we got a long day ahead of us, so we're gonna keep focused.
see what your handler's like. Your handler's like, okay, you got the good left.
1, 2, 3.
Spartan! You can beat me. See if you can beat me. Can you beat me? Can you beat me? You can't beat me. You ain't. There you go. Okay. There you go. Right here. Corner shots. Back to me.
Use the backboard, guys. Use the backboard. Use that backboard.
Let me see you get a bucket.
My son, he's ecstatic every day. He was like, when are we doing the clinic? When are we doing the clinic? And, you know, he was really excited to meet the different players. You know, with us going on different deployments and not being around a lot, this means a lot, you know, for them to come out and take time out and spend with our kids.
It just takes me back to when I was a little kid. I used to do these camps too, so it's just not an everyday thing we get to do. So just to be on a military base, you know, let alone be able to be with younger kids and be able to just, you know, talk into their lives and be able to just encourage them and see smiles on their faces. It makes me think about how, you know, how far time has gone just since I was a little kid doing stuff like this. There you go.
USS Louisville.
Woo!
I'll warn you guys, I'm not normally the shortest person in the group. I am here.
After the kids clinic, we went and visited the USS Cheyenne, and we had to leave all of our phones back because we're not allowed to take pictures or anything on the submarine. We got to all visit all the Navy, the captains and everyone, and what they did and what their lifestyle was like. And they had 150 men on one submarine with beds that were, I mean, I can't even describe it. They're small beds. If you're claustrophobic, you can't be in one of them submarines. It was very interesting for me because to see what my grandpa had to do for this country and see what others and all the sacrifices he's made and all the sacrifices that others are making. I mean, we're blessed to have people out there doing that for us. I love that I got to see that.
The most surprising, as starstruck as I've been, is how interested they are in the daily lives of a U.S. Navy sailor, and how much realizing that they have done that maybe they take some things for granted. I was just really surprised. It was one of the players. We were on the mess decks of the Cheyenne last night. We were all eating cookies, and we were talking about, you know, how long they go out to sea and where we keep the food at, and they were just they were making a joke about how we complain about not eating for 2 hours, and these guys can go, you know, a couple days at a time and have certain meals that they have to eat. They also talked about the communications, you know, not being able to talk to family as much as they do with their phones on a regular basis. You know, when we're out to sea, you know, communications can kind of be tied up sometimes.
How you doing?
My wife's from Michigan, so my heart's a little closer to you than the rest of us.
Chief is fine. So this is a joint mission, but since the Navy's welcoming us, this is for you, from us, okay? Since the Navy's Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you for having us. Hopefully we'll do well for you, all right?
By us being all the way over here, we don't actually get a lot of basketball games and stuff like that. So when we do have other teams and stuff come and visit, we try to introduce them to the history of Pearl Harbor, what happened here and everything. And it was one of the last battleships of that class. Majority of the ship is still underwater. Like, they never took it above water, it's still underwater. It humbles you to let you know that it's a possibility that, well, back in the day, these sailors gave their lives, not knowing just on the ship one day and something catastrophic happens. And those sailors on the ship died and gave their life for their country. So it actually humbles you and it gives you a more sense of pride to serve your country.
It was just so surprising to see how many lives was lost. You know, you just felt the vibe, and it was just crazy. I got a whole new perspective of the whole happening, and all the details just helped me understand it better. But it's very important. I got a couple relatives in the military. Also, my dad was in the military for a little bit of time. But My sister's in the Army. My cousin, she's been in the Army for my whole life. So it's just special to be able to come here and play in front of all the people that serve us and help us keep our freedom in America. I just hope to go out there and give them my all and show respect to them.
You know, I've looked at it too as some of this is pretty exciting. Even for me as a coach, you know, it puts me in a different area than I've been in. We'll see how we do as a staff. We'll see how they do as players. And a month from now, after 13,518 miles, we're going to have a good appreciation of where we are and where we need to get to be a successful team at the end of the year.
What a year we got on tap for you in college basketball, and tonight 4 outstanding teams with a lot of youth and some experience. The experience of being here in Hawaii, Honolulu, Pearl Harbor, you cannot help but feel the pride that those in the uniforms feel.
Timeout, 7 seconds to go. Allen. Coast to coast, got it! And it's over.
Thank you.